Once upon a time, there was a man and woman who longed for a child. After many years of wishing, the woman finally became pregnant. The couple lived next to a beautiful garden that belonged to a wicked witch. The woman, during her pregnancy, craved a special plant called Rapunzel, which grew in the witch's garden. She told her husband, "I would love to have some of that Rapunzel." Desperate to satisfy his wife's craving, the man secretly snuck into the witch's garden to pick some of the Rapunzel. But when he reached for the plant, the wicked witch caught him. "You have stolen from me," she said angrily. "For this, you must give me the child your wife is carrying." Terrified, the man begged for mercy, promising he would give her anything. The witch, seeing his fear, agreed, but only if they gave her their baby once it was born. The man reluctantly agreed, and when the baby girl was born, the witch took her away, naming her Rapunzel. The witch locked Rapunzel in a tall tower with no door or stairs, only a single window at the top. As Rapunzel grew, she became more and more beautiful. Her hair, which was long and golden, grew so long that it could be used like a rope. The witch visited Rapunzel regularly, calling out, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel would then lower her long hair from the tower window, and the witch would climb up using it. Years passed, and one day a prince, who was riding through the forest, heard Rapunzel singing in the tower. Enchanted by her voice, he searched for the source of the music and finally found the tower. From below, he saw Rapunzel's long golden hair hanging out of the window. He called up, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair," and to his surprise, she lowered her hair. The prince climbed up, and when he reached the top, he was captivated by Rapunzel's beauty and kindness. They talked for hours, and soon, Rapunzel and the prince fell in love. He visited her every day, and each time, he would call out the same words, and she would let down her hair. One day, Rapunzel, without thinking, said to the witch, "Why is it that the prince's visits are so different from yours? He climbs up so easily, but you always call out, 'Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair,' and it takes so long to climb." The wicked witch, realizing that Rapunzel had been seeing someone, became furious. She cut off Rapunzel's beautiful hair and cast her out into the wilderness. Then, she waited for the prince to arrive. When the prince came the next day, Rapunzel's hair was gone. The witch tricked him into climbing up, but when he reached the top, he was confronted by the witch, who pushed him out of the tower. He fell into the thorny bushes below and was blinded by the thorns. For many years, the prince wandered blind, searching for Rapunzel. He had no idea where she was, but he never stopped looking. Meanwhile, Rapunzel, lost and alone, wandered the forest as well. One day, they finally reunited when Rapunzel, now living in a small cottage, heard the prince's voice. When she saw him, she cried, and her tears fell on his eyes. Miraculously, the prince's sight was restored. Overcome with joy, they embraced, and Rapunzel led him back to his kingdom. The prince and Rapunzel were married, and they lived happily ever after, surrounded by love and freedom. The wicked witch was never seen again. Moral of the story: Rapunzel teaches us that true freedom and happiness come from love, bravery, and perseverance. Despite the harsh trials she faced, Rapunzel's courage and kindness ultimately led to her rescue, and the love she shared with the prince helped them both find their happily ever after.